Now, what is the geometry? And geometry, what is derived from that word geo and matrons. So geo and matrons, the geo means earth and matrons means measure. Now, so geometry is the basic part, is our maths, basic branch of the maths. So in that chapters, the basic geometrical concept started that first is the point, second line, third line, segment and ray, and many kinds of the geometricals. So as we have already learned the geometrical terms, namely point. So first we start, what is the point? A point is mark of positions. A point is mark of positions. We name appointed by the letters. Right now the point A, just like about point B. So we name a point by a capital letter such that A, B, C. So as we write point A, point B, point C, so it is a mark of a position. Next is the line. What is a line? A line, it has not a definite length. It can be endlessly in two directions. That's a direction, east and west. So a line, it has not a definite length. It can be endlessly in both directions. What? How can we represent the line? Just like as 2 points will be given, A and B. So these points are the line? No. If we make this line, but their directions is not, it has the definite, will be not ended, means it has not a definite length. So these types of representation are called line. The next is what is a line segment? Line segment, the definition is also the part of line, but it has two end points. It has a definite length. So this is the symbol of the line segment. Next is the, what is a ray? A ray also the part of line coming from the such that sun offers a sun or a torch of light. So this is the example of the ray, means a ray has one starting point. A ray has one starting point. So this is called a ray. So now first is the what? Point. A point is a mark of position. Line, it has not a definite length. It can be endlessly in both directions. Line segment is a part of line. It has a definite length. It has two end points. Ray, it has only one starting point. Just about the example of sun, ray, torch of light. So this is the example of a ray. So that main kind of the parts in the geometry, that about line, line segment and ray. Now many types of lines. So next is the parallel lines. What is a parallel lines? Okay. Parallel lines means two lines whenever never meet at any point. Two lines never meet at any point. It is represented as just about L and N. So L and M, the relation is L parallel to M. So what is the symbol of the parallel line? So this is called the parallel line symbols. Now represent the line segment, it has a definite length. So how can we draw? So by using a scale or ruler, we can draw the line segment on a paper. So for example, draw a line segment. Draw a line segment. The length is 3.5 centimeter. So first we can use the ruler scale, and now some points indicated on a paper, and start that the points and ending point we can see in a scale which points is. So 3.5 between which lines 3 and 4. So about 3.5 is coming between, lie between 3 and 4. So 3 and 4 between the segment is 3.5. Why we write that point is the ending point? Because a line segment has the definite length, so it can be represented on a paper by using a scale or ruler. So if you now the next is the what is a plane? What is a plane? Okay. So now next we write the definition of the plane. So look at this. This is called also the blackboard. Also just examples of the plane. Now copy just example of the sheet of paper. Also the example of a plane. So what is the definition of the plane? A plane is a solid surface. A plane is a solid surface which may be flat, or curved. Not only you can say only the flat surface is the surface or a plane. No. So if a plane is a solid surface which may be flat or curved, having no boundary, and it can be extended endlessly in all the directions. So for example, how can we say that is the curve having no boundary? No boundary, and it can be endlessly in all the directions. So this is the definition of the plane. Again repeat all the definition. First we start the point. A point is a mark of position. Next what is the line? A line, it has not a definite length. It can be endlessly in both directions. Line segment. A line segment, also the part of line, it has a definite length. It has two endpoints. Next is the ray. A ray has only one starting point. It can be endlessly in one direction. And the next is the about is now kinds of line. Parallel lines. So what is a parallel lines? When two lines never intersect at any point, that is called the parallel lines. Just about the examples or the railway track, the examples of the parallel lines. Next is the perpendicular line. When two lines cross each other at a point, make an angle 90 degree. So that is called the perpendicular lines. Next is the definition. Intersecting line. Intersecting lines and perpendicular line both are same, but one thing are different. In intersecting lines, two lines cross each other at a common point. That is called the intersecting line. Next What is an angle? Angle. This also the part of the geometry. So an angle has two arms. In which is the angle? First we indicate the point, some point, there is name is O, A and B. How can we say in that these are there is angle is two arms? Yes, of course there are two arms. OA, also the symbol, the representation represented by ray. OA and OB also called as ray. Why? Because it has only one starting point. So an angle has two arms. How many arms? Two arms. OA and OB are. The arms R is equal to OA and OB. So an angle has two arms, OA and OB, and one vertex. How many vertex in angle? One. Which vertex? O vertex. So this is called the vertex. So make an angle which type? Where the angle we write the name angle AOB. There, if the two arms meet at the vertex, make an angle. So OA and OB are the two arms, and AOB, that the name is angle AOB. The angle symbol, that is the angle symbol. It is represented by the symbol of the angles, angle AOB or angle BOA. Also we write AOB and BOA, both are the same, but we write the name is then that another form. AOB also write as BOA. So this is called the angle. What is the definition of the angle? An angle has two arms, make one vertex. So make an angle or angle AOB, that is called the definition of the angles. Now next we will discuss about the next topic.